this is Susan Jane. I'm answering a question today, which is, how do you know you're in the flow? Now, when you're in the flow, it depends on how you're receiving your information. As an Intuitist, I tend to receive information more on an emotional level. However, I do get lots of visions, lots of signs, and I get a lot of just thoughts and ideas, probably more visions. So how you can tell you're in the flow, as you develop your intuition and you come to trust it more and more, you actually aren't aware that you're in the flow. When I first started doing it, I knew when I was in the flow, you would get those thoughts come through and you could just sit and things would just come through quite easily. And then I got to the stage where they were coming through that quickly that I wasn't aware whether I was actually in the flow or not. And you receive so much information with your downloads and with different aspects that you are not aware sometimes that you are actually being intuitive. In fact, it wasn't until late in my life that people would say to me, yeah, but you're so intuitive. Now, I did not know that that's what I was. I had no idea. I just did what I did. So as we do get better at it, as we do start to trust it and allow that flow to happen, you will increase your intuition and you won't notice it. You will just do it. And the ways that you do it will be stronger for you. And because we receive intuition in many different ways, the best way for you will be the best way for you. And that's what you'll notice. And that's when you'll know you're in the flow, because you'll be getting these thoughts or these feelings or these visions or signs that you go, well, that's definitely my intuition. So I'm just going to go with that. With my book, Intuitive Flowers, Empowering Your Emotional Goals, I've had people say to me, we don't understand what the heading's about. Can you change the heading? And you know what? I can change the heading, and I have tweaked a little bit. But Intuitive Flowers stuck with me that much that I don't feel it was so much my choice. When I went to change it, it didn't feel right. And the book isn't making millions, it isn't selling a lot, because there's other reasons behind it, not because of its name. I need to stick with that name because it runs in line with everything else that I'm doing. So this is where I feel very strongly. I know that I have to keep an open mind and I have to have those options, and I need to go, well, if it's not selling, maybe I need to look at changing things. But I believe that it's not the name that needs changing. Maybe it's my marketing that needs changing, or other things that need changing, my branding. But that will come to me. I know that the name will stick and it will stay there because it just feels right. It just feels that that's what I need to do. And the reason behind it all probably won't come out until a couple of years down the track, like it normally does. So I'm Susan Jane. There he goes. Bye. I'm the Intuitist. So when you know you're in the flow, often you don't know you're in the flow, but you will feel that you're saying things, you're doing things, and you're believing things that for some reason you can't change, and you know then you're in the flow. I know with the name of my book, I can't change it. I know that that's in the flow. That's what it needs to be. So practice that. That's how you learn to trust it, but just by testing it. By testing how it is and what it's doing, and that's one of the best ways of understanding whether you're in the flow or not. Test it. If you feel that you're not sure if you should be doing this or should be doing that, test them both and see how you feel, because that gives you an understanding of how your body, how your intuition is responding to you, and how it wants to for you to know those answers. So I'm saying bye for now. I will talk to you again tomorrow, and have a lovely, lovely day. All the very best. Bye for now.